Hey y'all, Kristen, WTFKristen.com. Wanted to share, went out with some girlfriends this past weekend and we went down to the Strand in Galveston, which for those who don't know the area, it's basically just like strip centers in a downtown where there's nightlife and lots of parking and then there's places to live, etc. So that means that there's probably homeless people as well, along with, some bad actors, which, for pretty girls downtown late at night, which we know not a lot of good things happen late at night, we need to be extra vigilant. So encouraging you as well to be extra aware of your surroundings, especially if you or somebody in your party is drinking. So we went downtown and, ended up having to walk because we're trying to find which bars we wanted to bounce around to. And then we ended up walking a little bit farther than we had planned. So when we found a place and we're like, hey, we can stay around this area, now that if we're going to be leaving in a couple hours, we really don't want to be walking that distance later at night. So two of us ended up staying at the bar, and the two of us that weren't drinking and driving went to go pick up the car. So as she and I were walking back to the car, of course, we're paying attention, looking around and everything. But one other cool thing that I took advantage of is because I have my keys, which have my, of course, pepper spray and this really cool light by Streamlight. Very, very bright. Because, strip centers that are closed at night because, duh, right? They have those little alcoves where people can stand and it's very dark. So I took the opportunity, we're standing a little bit farther, closer to the street, not so far, that I would shine the light and shine it towards those blocks. So at least I had a better idea of what's going to be in that space so that we're not continuing walking and somebody ends up coming from one of those alcoves behind us and then surprises us. So I wanted to be a little bit more aware of what we are walking past, which means now that is behind us. So not only that, but then when we were walking the first time, the four of us gals, there were, people out and about. And so it's paying extra attention to those people to see where they were going. And one individual was, I don't know, just kind of concerned us. We wanted to be aware. And I walk really fast. I mean, super fast. And I have to remind myself to wait for the short leggy people or those that just may not walk as fast or not able to walk as fast. And so I was kind of like paying attention to that person. I was like, walk faster. I don't really care. Walk faster. And so that we got to across the street to the light and then looking back and saw that he turned another direction. But it was just like we kind of created a little code word that I said. So if I say, hey, what time is it? That means, say, hurry up. Let's get going quickly. And then if you really wanted to know what time it is, then you had to ask in Spanish. So it was just something fun that we did that, but still being extra aware of our surroundings. And especially when there are a lot of people drinking and it's dark and you're not familiar with the area, make those extra precautions so that you can be safe. Hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. Have a great day.